Hello and welcome to Jalan Besar Stadium, where the Lion City Sailors will play their first match as the 2024-25 Singapore Premier League champions against the Balestier Khalsa side, who will be keen on spoiling the party with a strong showing. This is match week 34, 3 games on the schedule, one taking place yesterday as Tanjong Pagar United drew 1-1 with Hougang United at Jurong East. The midweek matches will wrap up tomorrow with the Young Lions in action against Geylang International, who have already secured 3rd place in the SPL. The Lion City Sailors, champions this season, are 29 points clear of their opponents this evening, with Balestier Khalsa sitting in 4th. For the Sailors, the pressure is off. They get to enjoy themselves ahead of their trophy lift after this game. A very different scenario for Balestier. They are under pressure from Albirex and EPMM for 4th spot. It's a position they'll want to hold on to, and a win tonight will help them do that. Let's hear from the coaches of both sides, with Alexander Rankovic of the Lion City Sailors up first, followed by Peter Deru of Balestier Khalsa.
Hi Ranko, I'm sure there's a lot of excitement in the team about the trophy lift later on, but Balestier first tonight, surely you want to be lifting the trophy off the back of a win.
Yes, definitely. I mean, that would be the best feeling. So, yeah, I mean, obviously there's not a lot of pressure in these games for us, but nevertheless, I mean, we want to win and we want to continue this journey, let me say, till the end and try to win as much games we can and maybe score as much goals we can, because that's also some legacy that we can leave. So the guys, they're going to start today, I think they're ready for it.
And in terms of game execution, and also bearing in mind that big match on Sunday, how different will it be? Perhaps maybe a bit more conservative, or all things as usual?
No, I mean, same like always. I mean, we don't change the way we play. I mean, all year we play the same. So the guys, they're going to start today. They know the job. They know our way of playing. So there's nothing new in that. So we're not going to go just and do something that we didn't do till now.
And speaking of the guys that are playing today, you've wrapped up the title, so now can we see a mix-up in your starting 11? Maybe give some game minutes to your fringe players?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think the whole squad is pretty much different than the last game. So a lot of guys are not even involved in a squad. But I repeat again, I mean, we still want to win. We're not taking this game as some friendly match or something. And like you said, it would be nice to leave the trophy with a win.
Hi Peter, quick turnaround for Balestier. What have you and the team been up to this past couple of days?
Nah, that was more about recovery, because last session was 40 hours after a game, and that is usually not enough to fully recover, especially not for your older players, and especially not after the runner games we had before. But look, we're 24 hours later now. I know that the boys are mentally strong, and they are renowned for never give up and fight mentality. So I expect them to be sharp. But yeah, obviously it's 3 days between, and then look at the run of games before that. Yeah, it was a tough one.
And you're taking on the newly crowned SPL champions. How do you plan to spoil the LCS party?
Nah, not much different than what we usually try to do. We want to be aggressive, but I think tonight we got to be a little bit careful, especially with the start, because I'm not sure whether we can maintain that for 90 minutes. So yeah, maybe we got to be a little bit more cautious in the beginning and just see how the legs are. And
Well, with me in the commentary position is a former player and coach in the league, a familiar voice on our broadcast, and someone who, in his career, in his playing days, and in his coaching days, has been in sides that have challenged for titles and for trophies. Shasi Kumar. Shasi, very interesting mood ahead of this fixture. One side needs the result a lot more than the other. So what sort of game do you think we will see tonight? It was also interesting to hear Peter de Roo talk about being a little bit more cautious.
I'm actually very excited to see the 11 that's out for LCS. And they should be excited as well, because I think for some, it's their very first game of the season. So they should be excited without so-called pressure, because they've already won the league. As for Balestier, you said it, you know, they're under a little bit of pressure because Albrechts are hot on their heels, so they need to get a result somewhere. If not for this game or during this game, it's the other game, the next game that they play in. But, you know, yeah, Peter de Roo says he's going to be conservative, and it looks like with the formation with an added centre-back.
Well, speaking of formations, Shasi's having a bit of a chuckle here, because we were just having a look at the lineups, which we will get to in just a bit, and I told him if he could get the formation spot on with the lineups that we've seen, I would buy him a drink after this match. So, Shasi, big pressure on you.
Yeah.
Let's hope you get it right.
Well, along like what, for the past 30 minutes we've been trying to figure things out. We're trying to, you know, erase players and put them in this position or that position, and we're looking at the warm-up as well. So I think we may be right.
Well, let's see. The match officials up first, though. Referee for this one is Andrea Verolino. He's been around in the Singapore Premier League for 3 campaigns now. This is his 38th match in the Singapore Premier League as a referee. First assistant referee, Mohammad Shafiq Jufri. Second assistant referee, Tan Ming Kai. And the fourth official for this fixture, Oswin Rosero. Those are the video assistant referees. VAR for this one, Abhirami Naidu. Assistant VAR, Lim Kok Heng. So the Sailors will be nice and relaxed as a club. They've got a big game at the weekend on Sunday, AFC Champions League 2 final against Sharjah FC of the United Arab Emirates, and you completely understand why they've made as many changes as they have to their starting 11. It's also an opportunity for a number of players to impress. Captain for tonight, Haris Harun. For the Lion City Sailors, and Alan Koza as usual for Balestier. So here's a look at the starting 11. The Lion City Sailors have made 11 changes from the last time they were in action. Some of the notable ones, Adib Nur Hakim, the 27-year-old, has been in the league since 2016, but he makes his professional debut here, so he gets a chance in this side. Zulkarnain Suzliman also makes his first appearance of the season as he returns from injury. Obren Kliajic makes his first appearance in the Singapore Premier League since the 29th of September 2024. Very young bench as well. Henry Lawrence Spence, 19 years of age. Andy Rifki, 16 years old. Enrico Silveira, another 19-year-old, the Brazilian. All options for Alexander Rankovic, who has led a side to a league title for the first time in his head coaching career. And this is what Balestier Khalsa have gone with. It is pretty much the strongest 11 they could possibly put out. They have made just the one change from the last time they were in league action. Peter de Roo spoke of the intensity of the matches that they've been involved in. There's not been too much in the way of recovery time, and yet he's made just the one change, with Jared Gallagher suspended out of the matchday squad, and Abdul Kaim comes into the lineup, and we think he might be slotting into a back 3, which will turn into a back 5. We'll see once we get kickoff. Kora Tanaka leading the line for Balestier. He's always a threat. He'll be looking to score for the 4th game on the bounce for the 3rd time this season. And there's a look at Peter de Roo. Both coaches, by the way, taking charge of their 74th game as head coaches of their sides. Now, Peter de Roo looking to lead Balestier Khalsa to consecutive 4th place finishes. If they pick up the win tonight, then they will pretty much secure 4th. So, Shasi, having a look at the lineup and the formations. Do I owe you that drink, or am I off the hook?
You are absolutely off the hook. We're just looking at the formations now, and it's really a learning point as well, you know, for coaches looking at this as well. You know, we came up with the formation before the warm-ups, and then when the warm-ups came, we changed it because of the way they set up during warm-up. And then now the game has started, it's gone the other way. So it's really a wonderful learning point.
Well, Shasi, you know what? Well, we're almost right with your initial formation, with that back five that you had put in. A couple of players in different positions, but you were almost there, Shasi. We're on the way here at Jalan Besar anyway.
It's interesting, Ramsala is playing right smack in the middle of midfield together with Anumandan. That'll be good to see as well. He's a powerful player, I gotta say.
As the Lion City Sailors in the white and blue, going from left to right on your screens, up against Balestier Khalsa, and they're all red, going from right to left. Of their regulars in the stands here at Jalan Besar, waiting to join in the celebrations later on. Be awarded the Singapore Premier League trophy after this fixture. Here's Hafez Noor. Going back to Zulkarnain Suzliman, playing as one of the 3 central defenders.
Yeah, with Haris and Ali Alrina. Gamona goes wide left, playing in the Diego Costa position.
There's Abdul Razak, Carmona, into Ali Alrina. Michael Pasha. Zulkarnain Suzliman, good to see him back in action. He's had some really terrible luck with injuries over the last few years. Singapore international, Zulkarnain Suzliman, if he can get himself back into form and fitness, he'll be back in the squad. Pretty sure of that.
Yeah, he was almost a certain starter, you know, when he was on form and he was fit at right back. Can play at left back as well.
There's Razak. Fukashiro looking for Fase. Might just have been in an offside position. Flag stays down for the moment. Fase with a decent effort. And now the flag goes up for offside.
Yeah, I think there were suspicions of him being in an offside position when the ball was played. And I think that's confirmed. It's maybe slightly too eager to get behind the defense. Good effort though.
And when he doesn't really need to be, Anton Fase, plenty of pace. 6 goals in the Singapore Premier League already, and he's a mid-season signing for the club. Go along with the 3 assists. There's Zulkarnain. Manu. Michael Pasha, nowhere to go, loses out to Sugita, wanted a free kick. Referee allows the play to continue. Yes, Sugita. Tanaka with the effort. Tried to fire that one in at the near post. Good save from Adip.
Yeah, I think couldn't really center the ball. Sugita had passed it to him and tried to make a run into the penalty area. It's a good effort, good save though from the goalkeeper.
Korai Tanaka coming up against his former club. Played for the Lion City Sailors in the 2023 campaign. Unfortunately for him, picked up a very serious injury early on in the season. He's only featured on 3 occasions for them. Still managed 3 goals. His first season in the Singapore Premier League was outstanding with Albirex, 33 league goals in 28 matches. He's got 23 in 30 for Balestier. Ali Alrina with the header away. There's Sugita in space. Have an effort at goal. Comes back off the post twice. Madu Mohana on the rebound. That's good play from Harit.
This is good early pressure from Balestier Khalsa, and so unlucky Madu Mohana. He's still clutching his face there. And this was the shot. He hits the post, and then Madu probably should have done better. Should have put it into an empty goal.
Well, Peter de Roo said his side will be cautious from the start. There's no caution here. Couple of efforts off the post, and the reason why they have a corner is because while we were showing the replay, Anton Farse had an effort at goal, as has Madhu on that set piece there. Corner that was played in, hits it just wide. So a quick flurry of chances for Balestier, just 5 minutes in.
It's a good start from the Tigers. And that first one from Madhu Mohana and from the corner as well. Probably, again, might be a little bit harsh here. Yeah, I think he should have done better again in that position. And he is good in those areas. He couldn't get over the ball.
Oh, Balestier were in a decent run of form up until that defeat to DPMM. And actually won 3 in a row prior to their 4-3 loss. And had gone 5 matches without defeat in all competitions. So we'll be looking to bounce back with a win here. That's Deng. Knocks it to halfway. Harris is there. The first header, they want a handball. Referee agrees this time. Former teammates. Anu and Kore Tanaka. Just having a word with each other. There's one for Ali Alrina to chase. Syrian international.
Yeah, that's a good first-time ball from Alan Koza into space for Fukushiro to run into. It's always good to put pressure on the defenders. If you are not sure, put it into the spaces, into the channels. And then you have your runners like Fukushiro and Fase as well.
Sailors with just 1 defeat in their last 18 Singapore Premier League matches. That defeat was against the Jalan International. They were actually leading in that matchup, and then saw Jalan go ahead and get the win. And the last time they were in action, they came up against Tanjung Pagar United. It was a pretty tense encounter, that. And needed the win to seal up the Singapore Premier League title, just their second SPL Championship since the club was established in 2020. And they weren't really able to build on that 2021 title, were they, Shasi?
Yeah.
I guess from the club's perspective, it's something they'll be looking at moving forward.
Exactly. You know, and I think all great teams are consistent. They keep winning titles, and of course, retaining it is always the most difficult. They're winning it the first time, like they did a couple of years ago, and then just couldn't retain it. But they have a very, very good opportunity after this year because they've got a very good squad.
That's Sugita. Just prevents it from going out for a goal kick. Man City Sailors have scored 96 goals this season. One more match to play after this one for them. The Singapore Premier League record is 104 goals, most scored in a season. Singapore Armed Forces FC managed that in 2002. Home United managed that in 2003. Played 33 matches in both those campaigns. This season we'll see just 32. Let's come off Ali Alrina. Good hands by Adib Nur Hakim.
Yeah, good confident catch with Anton Fase just lurking behind him. This ball was deflected onto his path, and he does well there. Just interesting, you know, the number of goals that they've scored, and comparing that with Home United and SCF, the Warriors. What is more impressive is actually the number of goal scorers that they've had, as in double figures. Ramsala, Lestian, Shawal, and T, all the double figures in terms of league goals. That's brilliant, you know, in terms of goal contributions.
I've got goal scorers from midfield as well.
Yeah.
Song Young playing his part in that regard. There's Hafiz No. There's Klijic in the box. Also Razak with the header. That's come off the post as well, but the ball had already gone out.
Yeah, just couldn't keep the ball in play. Hafiz No. The ball was a good one, but his touch there, yeah, I think he should be disappointed there. There's no pressure whatsoever.
Sugita. So good on the ball, so energetic in those central midfield areas, Masahiro Sugita. Credit to Balestier for the signings that they made for this campaign. And also the contributions that those players have provided for the club. Tanaka has been so impressive. Fukashiro has been excellent. Sugita as well. Sugita into his second campaign. And coming to Singapore football with the Albrechts in 2022.
Well, I don't think Rankovic will be happy with the start that the Sailors have made, because all Balestier in terms of possession, and they're winning the first ball as well, winning the second ball as well. Madu Mohana there just giving an example of winning it, anticipating, winning it early, and then putting the team into an attacking position. We've got a corner.
Should be taken by Kurai Tanaka. Goes all the way through. Misses attempt at a clearance there, Haikal Pasha. First time cross from Harit into Abdel. Good save. Deng is there on the rebound. Another really good save from Adib.
Oh, they just caught napping there. That was a brilliant ball from Harith Kanadi. That's what he can do with his deliveries. An inch-perfect ball for Abdul Kahim. He really couldn't do better. Very good glancing header, probably off his shoulder as well a little bit, but Sher Deng just couldn't finish it. Good save from the goalkeeper.
Tanaka, another good delivery, headed away by Anu. It's back out to Harith. The roll over the Lan City Sailors here. Adib's done pretty well.
Yeah, and they really got to make this count. Balestier.
Alexander Rankovic said, yes, he was looking to make a number of changes, but he still expects his side to stick to the principles they have at the club, and he wants to lift the trophy with a win this evening. And also, it's down to these players. They might not, well, most of them anyway, probably wouldn't have featured too much this season. Yeah. But and it's down to them when they get the chance to try and impress. Rankovic in your picture there.
Yeah, and to be fair, he hasn't like what we probably guessed. He didn't change the formation. It's the same formation, different players, you know. But having said that, to change 11 players, it's really a difficult one. It's easier said than done, you know. Yeah, you go in there and you play in that same position with the same quality. It's different because you haven't been playing together in a game, in a match, a proper match. It's always going to be difficult to gel.
That's some lovely play from the Sailors here in possession. Really good combinations. Looking it out from the right to the left, back out to the right again. There's Anu. Balestier just sitting back for the moment in this defensive block. This is the caution I think Peter Deru was referring to in his pre-match interview. So Karnain, that's a good pass into Haikal Pasha. Perhaps just turns the wrong way. And Sugita's there. Good tracking back. Harith. Zulkarnain. Anu. Haikal. That's a good challenge from Zulkarnain again. And just too much for Haikal Pasha.
Yeah, and I think you spoke about the caution, and I think it's necessary as well. You can't just play with the same intensity like how they've started the game, Balestier, and play the whole game for 90 minutes. And of course, players are tired as well. They just played a couple of games before, as opposed to the LCS team. The players are fresh.
So free kick here for the Lion City Sailors.
Yeah, that header in was a slight push there by Madhu.
I guess the other side potentially of it would be a lack of match fitness, a lack of sharpness.
Yeah, I'm sure, and it's already been shown already. You know, a couple of passes with the LCS side. It's always difficult. And let's see who's going to take this one. Looks like it's between Ramsala and Hafiz.
Well, I can actually see Haris Harun, while all that's going on as they set up for the free kick here. Haris Harun has actually gone over to Rankovic, and there are a few tactical instructions there coming from the coach to the captain. So it will be Ramsala. Oh, off the crossbar, Kljajic with the follow-up, and perhaps there is a great example of that lack of sharpness.
Did Hafiz save that? I think he had a touch. Let's take a look at this. It's great effort, by the way. Don't know, can't tell from there. But listen, just like Madhu Mohana's miss, he's got to score, the sharpness or not.
Well, if he did get a touch on that, it would have been fingertips.
Yeah, but what a great shot that was from Ramsala. And obviously, he's done this many times in open play as well.
10 goals this season in the league for Bart Ramsala.
A great challenge from Hafiz.
There is Ramsala. Razak. He's got a pretty good pace, actually, Razak, doesn't he? Bit deceptive at times with how quick he can actually be.
Yeah, and but that time, Abdul does well to anticipate again.
It is a pretty warm and humid evening here at Jalan Besar.
Yeah, very much so.
Farse off balance with that effort, but he was so quick to have a go.
And I think he knew exactly what he was trying to do, because as soon as the ball came up to him, he knew he had probably 2-3 touches at most. And Haris Harun does just enough there.
Hailing from Haarlem and the Netherlands, Anton Farse. This one his 11th appearance of the season in the Singapore Premier League. Joining the club essentially as Ismail Sasi's replacement.
Yeah. Ooh, by the way, was one of the top scorers at that time.
Yeah, absolutely right. Second highest goal scorer for Balestier Khalsa, and he still actually is. 13 goals, Ismail Sasi. Ignatius Ang, third on that list, 10 goals for him. It's not a bad record of goals for Ignatius Ang at all, is it? For someone who tends to come on from off the bench as well.
Yeah, exactly. Very good point.
Hafiz no, driving in field, exchanges passes with Razak, out to Carmona, Kljajic, getting to play in attack for the Lion City Sailors. When he first joined the club, he was used as a left wing back, a very attacking left wing back. Was an issue for them, that position. Carmona and Klijic unable to really make that left wing back role their own, and then along came Costa.
Yeah.
Who kept the other Costa from Sydney FC quiet.
Yeah, easily the best left back, left wing back in Singapore at the moment, Costa. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Good defensively as well as going forwards. Got good delivery on him as well. Good decision making.
Ramsala into the channel for Klijic, who was an attacker when he was playing in Australia. A lot more comfortable in these sorts of positions, Sobran Klijic.
Yeah, superb tracking back by the winger Fukashiro. Got back just in time. Tracked Ramsala down, got the ball, wins his side, a throw in. Superb work rate.
That's Fukashiro. Ali Alrina. One for the present and the future as well. A sign from Al Ittihad Ahli Aleppo in the Syrian league. There's Deng, another young Australian in the Singapore Premier League. Share Deng.
It's brilliantly done, Balestier. LCS had possession, they won it back, and they were so cool, didn't just clear it out anywhere. Look at this, and Alan Koza winning his side a free kick. Nicely done. Tanaka has drifted out wide on the left-hand side with Fase through the middle.
And it's not just his goal scoring, Korai Tanaka, since you mentioned him. Yes, he has 23 goals this campaign, but he's also picked up 14 assists.
Yeah. He doesn't mind just dropping in a little bit deep to help his teammates out.
He really is one of those complete all-round forwards, isn't he?
Yeah.
Korai Tanaka.
Another player who's pretty similar is Siakonori. You know, he drops deep, and obviously now he just plays behind Inamoto. He's got that same characteristics. Both can finish as well.
Interesting at times to think of the what-ifs in football. If he'd fit enough and stayed at the Lion City Sailors, what his career could have been like this campaign, what it would have been like for the Lion City Sailors this season as well.
And you know, I predict that he would score loads of goals because he's just a natural in front of goal, and he works for his side as well.
To be fair to the Lion City Sailors, they did find a very solid player in Leonard T.
Yeah.
28 SPL goals in his 25 appearances. Escoza. Adip looking solid again.
Yeah, you know, he controls his 18 yards very well indeed. Good communication on him, good size as well.
Klijic holds it up well. That's smart play. Carmona into the head of Razak. Just a bit too high for him.
Yeah, it's nearly a good move there. The ball in from Carmona, just high for Razak.
Lovely touch from Fukashiro. That's excellent work. And Ramsala is annoyed with his defense there. Picks up a booking. He wants Ali Alrina to have pressed up on Fukashiro.
And that's exactly what he was saying there. Oh, that's a superb touch. And because he wasn't goal side, so as soon as he receives the ball, he's always going to commit that foul and get a yellow card as well.
Yeah, just his second of the SPL season. Not too much of an issue for Ramsala. Playing in a bit of a different role this evening. In the centre of midfield alongside Anu. It looks to be a front three chassis of Haikal, Kljajic and Razak.
Yeah. Oh, nicely done from Abdul Kaim there.
He was so good, Balestier, here against BG Tampines. It was a result that actually did the Jalan City Sailors a bit of a favour.
Yeah. With a man down as well.
Yeah, playing large parts of that match with just 10 players. Sugita. Sugita again into the area, sends it low, blocked by Harris.
Yeah, I didn't catch it cleanly, Sugita. All the good work was done.
There's Koza.
Again, it's good pressure from Balestier. And the Sailors having a hard time here. Just having a go at each other. And Ramsala in the thick of it as well with Haris Harun this time.
There is Ali Alrina. Yeah, he was saying to Bart Ramsala that he couldn't go and push up into Fukashiro because he had the run of Anton Farse to deal with in that incident earlier. It was actually just really smart play from Riku Fukashiro with the touch and then to get his body in the way. Madhu. Koza. That's Koza. Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea at all, because there was a space just behind Zul. He was played by Alan Koza a little bit too hard. Easy for Adib in the end.
It's Harris. That's a really good ball out to Kljajic. Immediately advances the Jalan City Sailors. Edge.
Yeah, wonderful defensive work again from the number 8, Alan Koza. Superbly done, tracking his runner all the way.
Balestier Khalsa, one of the league's great entertainers. Often involved in high-scoring matches. They've scored 80 goals this season. They've also conceded 78. 12 wins, 12 losses, 6 draws.
Not bad, +2. Oh, that's a good ball.
Tanaka, good first touch as well into the box. Was he taken down by Ali Alrina? Oh, does he want a penalty? He eventually has. The referee here, and it's a yellow card for Ali Alrina.
Well, listen, that was a great ball, great spot. The first touch from Tanaka was brilliant. But I have to say, if that's a foul, it has to be a red card, isn't it? But look at this ball in, superb, and the first touch was perfect. Oh, it has to be a red card. It's the last man. Definitely a foul. Yeah, there was contact.
In the area though, Shashi. Remember with the rules around that, if you commit a foul in the penalty area, and it's deemed to be a legitimate attempt at the ball, then there isn't sort of that double punishment of a penalty and a sending off.
Right.
So, I don't know. I think from your perspective, you're saying you know exactly what Ali Alrina was doing.
Absolutely. he couldn't get there at all. You know, and Tanaka's first touch was what done him. I don't know whether there's a check. I'm sure there is.
Yeah, they are checking for a red.
Yeah.
It is being checked for a denial of an obvious goal scoring opportunity. So we'll see what happens there.
But,
Okay, check is complete.
But I think they probably deserve this, as in, the opportunity to score the first goal.
So it will be Korai Tanaka stepping up to take this one. Oh, it's brilliantly dispatched by Korai Tanaka. His 24th of the season, and he scored for the 4th game in a row for the 3rd time this campaign. Excellent stuff from Korai Tanaka. Beautifully worked goal by Balestier.
Yeah, it was a very, very good move indeed. And the penalty as well, if you want anyone to take a penalty, it's this guy here, Tanaka. Easily done. Yeah, Adib does well to judge the correct way, but he's not going to get there. 24th of the season.
I should clarify and say beautifully worked in the build-up to the goal, to the penalty. I think if he wasn't taken down, he would have scored anyway.
Exactly.
Tanaka.
Exactly.
Adib, no clean sheet on his professional debut, but he went the right way. Not too much he could really have done about that. That is Korai Tanaka's 60th goal in the Singapore Premier League. Here come Balestier again. And this is his 62nd appearance in the SPL.
Yeah, they're definitely worth the lead at the moment, the Tigers, the way they've played performance-wise as well, creating a couple of chances.
And that one, his 30th goal for Balestier Khalsa in all competitions, and his 35th appearance for the club. He's been such a good player, Korai Tanaka, for the Singapore Premier League. And his work rate, level of work that he puts in up front, running channels, running in behind, dropping in deep, working defensively when he's needed to.
And he finds himself in the left wing position at the moment with Fase through the middle.
I thought he might have just been limping here a little bit.
Yep, saw that as well.
Yeah, he's still hobbling here, Korai Tanaka, so we'll keep our eyes on that. It just seemed to indicate to the bench that he wasn't ready to come off. He wanted to see how it goes. He's taken another knock now onto his right knee. It looked like he was going to come off for a bit of treatment. He's gone back onto the pitch. There's Zulkarnain. Once again, out to Hafiz. Terate doesn't deal with that, so Carmona is able to collect. Ramsala. Deflection falls to Harris. Razak. That's Korai Tanaka, lovely work just to get away from that pressure. Finds Fase. Just glides past Harris. Sends his shot well wide though, Anton Fase.
Well, he's a danger as well, and he collects the ball on this left position. He cuts inside the skipper. And they knew exactly what he was trying to do, just trying to go for the far post finish. Just couldn't wrap his foot around enough. Very ambitious from there as well.
Now, Korai Tanaka with that goal has now scored 10 in 10 matches against the Lion City Sailors. You wonder if he'll get an opportunity with a title chasing side, thinking perhaps PG Tampines, though they do have Inamoto. Whether he stays at Balestier or maybe even looks elsewhere.
Well, if you are, you know, an owner of another club, he will be right up there as your main striker.
I think from a coaching perspective as well, when you look at, I often find myself comparing Tanaka and Doi. They're two very different attackers, aren't they?
Yeah, we need to ask Noali about that in terms of, you know, the characteristics as well as, you know, you never know what happens in a training session, you know, and obviously Doi, with the number of goals he scored, you can't really take his name, or you can't...
leave him out of discussion.
Yes, exactly, you know, and he's been absolutely brilliant for Geylang. And you take away those goals, you just wonder where Geylang would be.
I guess it just comes down to a matter of what you like as a coach, how you see your side setting up, and the sort of attacker you need in your team.
And I'm sure some clubs and some coaches or managers wouldn't want to take Doi, not because, you know, he just doesn't fit in.
Oh, that's a very late challenge by Sugita.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there wasn't much of a reaction from Zulkarnain Susliman.
He's probably grateful he's on the pitch.
Has he escaped a booking there?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Well, we just spoke about Doi. He's not going to do this easy. Like, do a Zidane turn in the middle of the pitch and, you know, so...
Well, he's very much a player who does his best work close to the opposition penalty area.
Yeah.
Whereas with Korai Tanaka, we're talking about differences, he's very comfortable in different areas on the pitch. Sugita. To Fase. That's Koza. It's a Balestier side that very good in possession. That's the first time we've really seen Adeb make a mistake.
Yeah, just flapped at it a little bit, but no danger.
Hafiz. To Hafiz. That's Korai Tanaka. Harith. It also makes a big difference to the balance of Balestier's play that Harith Kanadi is available on that left-hand side.
Yeah, he's just a natural left-sided player. And the past game against DPMM as well, put in a couple of good crosses for the goals, the 2 goals. Obviously, defensively in that game as well, he showed the other side. Could be vulnerable in those 1v1 situations against top players.
There's Ramzala with the space to turn. Anu under pressure, heavy first touch, gives it away. Straight to Sugita, quickly on to Fukashiro. Fase to try and get himself back on side. Fase's shot blocked by Hafiz Noor.
Fase is a very smart player. He knows exactly when to take the shot early and when to hold back. He had to take this, and look at that, these guys as well. That one just rolls it to his left side and then tried to take a shot. Blocked well there.
Let's close up. Darren Tay. Flag is up for offside.
Well, shouldn't have been in that position, Darren, to be caught like that. I've been very impressed with Sugita in the middle of the park. I think his work rate defensively has been really, really good. Just off that, you can see down the line Kamona as the last man.
Quick ball over the top here for Razak. There's Abdil and Tay for company.
Tay is trying his luck by putting his hand up. It's definitely a corner.
Somebody lost a shin pad here. One of the tiniest shin pads I've seen. That's something of a trend amongst some of these players.
It's everywhere.
Moved in towards the far side of the area over everyone.
Well, at the moment, I dare say the Sailors are struggling. And it's just not really clicking. The 11 players have come on.
There's Sugita. A good press from the Lion City Sailors here, not allowing Balestier to play out comfortably. Almost won it back high up the pitch. It's Korai Tanaka. Has given it away. Chasing back now, closes down Klijic. There's that work rate.
Well, he made amends there. He just lost it. Dwelling on the ball a little bit too long.
Ramsala. He's seen a lot of the ball in midfield, has Bart Ramsala. But hasn't yet been able to make much of an impact. Carmona. As Korai Tanaka, he's everywhere, isn't he?
Trying to prove a point, maybe. But I think what Balestier has done well is whenever they've won the ball, even when they are packed back, they keep possession of the ball well. You know, there's always an out ball in Alan Koza, maybe Sugita. They've got players who can keep possession, as opposed to when you just win the ball and just whack the ball forward. And they've done that very, very well today.
Well, nice setup in possession as well. They've pushed Abdul Karim onto the right-hand side and Darren Tay a little bit further forward.
Yeah. And I think they don't need to rush it now. I think if I were Peter Deru, I'd just say keep ball.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, don't have to force it.
A couple of different shapes in and out of possession. Something very common these days. Koza. Fase. Fukashiro.
Fase wanted it back, a touch and a go, and the ball didn't come back to him from Fukashiro.
So a minimum of 2 minutes added on at the end of this first half as Kodai Tanaka drops in deep. Lots of rotations here in the setup for Balestier Khalsa. Players occupying different spaces, different positions. There's a lot of freedom when they have the ball.
Yeah, it's beautifully done again. They're out on that side with Madhu.
Madhu has been left by Kodai Tanaka. Haris there to intercept. Razak back to Carmona. Ali Alrina looking a little bit gassed on the far side of your pitch here.
I think,
over.
Yeah, I think that's one of the problems, you know, because Tanaka won't stay there. He'll just run in front a little bit deeper, and that's when I think Ali Alrina should just go to him, because they've got 3 at the back. And in those spaces where Fase and Tanaka comes deep, when they receive the ball, that's where they're dangerous. You're right about Ali Alrina. Just,
Oh, he's looking a little bit shattered already. Got his hands on his hips now, Ali Alrina. Just trying to get himself to half-time. He's going to have to leave Kodai Tanaka because there's space out on that left side. It's come out onto this right side for the Lion City Sailors, dealt with by Zulkarnain Suzliman. Tricky one for Adib. It's enough contact on that. Difficult for Ramzalado. Here's Fase. Past one and another through the legs of Faris Harun. Referee blows for half-time. Shasi, your thoughts on what we've seen?
I have to say, it's a wonderful first half for Balestier Khalsa. They've been excellent in attack and in defense as well, and fully deserve the lead.
So it's Balestier Khalsa. The goal from Kodai Tanaka from the penalty spot, his 24th of the season. Built it up really well and got their reward. And Kodai Tanaka making no mistake from the spot to score against his former club. A really good finish from the penalty spot. Means at half-time here at Jalan Besar, it's Balestier Khalsa 1, Lion City Sailors 0. Welcome back to Jalan Besar Stadium for this Singapore Premier League fixture between the Lion City Sailors and Balestier Khalsa. And it's Balestier Khalsa leading by a 1-0 thanks to Korai Tanaka scoring his 24th of the season from the penalty spot. Let's go to the highlights then. Lots of early chances for Balestier, beginning with this one in the 4th minute. Sugita with a good run into space on the transition. Korai Tanaka, plenty of power, looking for that gap at the near post.
Yeah, both these players were really outstanding in that first half. Sugita driving with the ball forward and then just play Tanaka through. Good save, I've got to say, from Madip there at the near post.
And then Sugita involved again from range. Coming off the post, Madu Mahana on the rebound against the same post there. And that was in the 5th minute.
Again, Sugita instrumental. Good shot here, the bounce in front of Adib and Madu Mahana could have done better there.
Another chance for Balestier here in the 13th minute. They were all over the Lion City Sailors early on. Abdil Qayyim forcing a really good save from Adib.
That's a beautiful ball from the left back. Harith Kanadi just probably behind Abdil. Does well to lance it off the post.
And the first real opportunity for the Lion City Sailors. An excellent free kick there from Ramzala. Coming off the crossbar, and then Klijic, the goal gaping, couldn't quite put away the rebound.
This was excellent free kick from Ramsala. Klijic probably showing rustiness there.
Then in the 29th minute, penalty incident here. Ali Al-Rina getting caught out of position. Great first touch from Korai Tanaka into the box. Referee eventually awarded a penalty and just a yellow card.
Yeah, you know, I think the attack was on this side and Ali Al-Rina was nowhere to be seen. First touch from Tanaka was superb, takes it away from everyone and then challenge, clear penalty.
It's Korai Tanaka putting it away very nicely. Adib went the right way, still couldn't get to that effort from Korai Tanaka. His 24th of the campaign in the 31st minute.
Yeah, very much expected with this finish from the penalty spot. Brilliant from Tanaka. And scoring his 24th, as you said, and no chance for Adib.
So let's have a look at some of the numbers then from that first half. Pretty close in terms of the possession, but very one-sided when it comes to the attempts.
Yeah, you know, and like I said, just before half-time, I think they were excellent, Balestier. Possession-wise, even Stevens, but I think they had control, especially in midfield. Sugita, outstanding.
So, more coming up for you on match week 34. We had one game yesterday that finished 1-1 between Tanjung Pagar and Hougang. And we'll wrap things up tomorrow at Jalan Besar once again as the Young Lions take on Geylang International. Kickoff at 7:45. We'll go away for another break, and when we come back, we will have the second half of this matchup between the Singapore Premier League champions, Lion City Sailors, and Balestier Khalsa. We are back at Jalan Besar Stadium for the Singapore Premier League matchup between Lion City Sailors and Balestier Khalsa. Penultimate match of the season for both these sides. Balestier Khalsa, if they win tonight, they will pretty much seal up 4th spot. Superior goal difference over Albrecht's Negata Singapore, and points-wise they'll be out of touch of the threat of DPMM. Daniel Bennett, Abbasad in the stands there, watching on. And for the Lion City Sailors, they don't need the points.
Yeah.
But I suspect they'll want to try and have a bit of an improvement on their performance in this second half.
Yeah, I think Rankovic will expect a reaction in the second half. I don't think they were at their best, and 11 players or not, or whatever you want to say, they should be good enough to put on a better performance in the second half. Tanaka, one of the players who've been outstanding in that first half. Again, you wonder whether they could keep this up because of the fact that they played a couple of days ago. Fatigue might be a factor as the game goes on.
Yeah, certainly could. It is something that Peter de Roo mentioned in the pre-match interview. He spoke about the lack of recovery time, very intense, compact schedule that they're having to deal with, and it's not really been able to make too many changes. Wants to finish strong. There's Adib. He's been involved in the Singapore Premier League since 2016. He had 4 seasons with the Young Lions from 2016 all the way to the end of 2019, and then he joined the Lion City Sailors in 2020 and has been with them ever since. But this is the first time he's playing a match at this level. Pretty incredible, Shasi, to think of a career like that.
Yeah, and to make your debut after so long, it's again, I think it's a wonderful opportunity for him today, and he's done well. The goal obviously from a penalty, it wasn't his fault, but he's done well.
So here we go then. Lion City Sailors get us underway with the second half at Jalan Besar. The white and blue going from right to left on your screens, up against Balestier Khalsa in the all red. And from left to right, it's Haikal Pasha. So Karnain does look pretty solid in that position. On the right side of that back three. Adib off to Ali Al-Rina. Lion City Sailors making 11 changes to their starting lineup for this fixture from their last game against Tanjung Pagar. Yellow card here for Alan Koza.
Very unnecessary from the skipper. Koza didn't need to do that. Ball was in the Sailors, just inside the Sailors' half. And gets a yellow card as well.
A shake of the head from Alan Koza, just getting caught out, making his 30th appearance of the season this evening. Balestier captain, and that's his 4th yellow card, which means a suspension. So this is the end of his campaign, pretty much. Balestier will be up against Albrechts in their final match of the season on the 25th of May. No changes of personnel for either of these sides coming into this second 45. Sent in though, and all the way to Hafiz Ahmad.
Yeah, nobody running in the near post area. It was easy in the end for the goalkeeper.
That's Fasek. Bit of a strange match it's been so far, and completely understandable under the circumstances. All the changes that the Sailors have made. Nothing really to play for. Having already sewn up the title. Very different scenario for Balestier. Playing their strongest possible side, and it's no surprise that they've been on top. 9 attempts in that first half, just 2 for the Lion City Sailors.
Yeah, and one of it was the chance just in front of goal from Khalsa. This is a long ball.
There's that run from Koray Tanaka behind Ali Alrina. Managed to get himself back goal side. Tanaka gets support from Tay. Koza. Sugita. Tanaka. Very difficult angle that was. Not trying to do too much with.
Yeah, actually, if you had seen the middle there, is Harith Kennedy made a very good run. Take a look at the top of the picture here. It's a good touch from Sugita. There you go. It's a square there. It's an open goal for Harith Kennedy.
Wonder if he was actually going for a shot there.
He was. He's definitely going for a shot. Going to go as hard as possible in the near post. Yeah, that was just an example of what Balestier has done well. Khalsa coming so deep, and Sherdang was on him right away.
Sherdang. All the way back to Hafiz. Balestier very much in control. Madhu. Oh, that's a great ball. Another excellent run from deep. Sugita into the box. Oh. Zulkarnain Suzliman. That is an incredible bit of defending.
Oh, that was superb play from back to front from Balestier Khalsa. And Sugita with that run, and he does well to try to pick out Anton Fasek. And Zul was right there.
Such a good touch as well from Zulkarnain Suzliman, because he had to make absolutely sure that he sent it wide and away from goal, running towards his own goal.
Exactly.
Sliding in, and he was able to get that one away. Brilliant bit of defensive play from Zulkarnain Suzliman. There's Harith into the area. Drops for Fasek. Back down to Deng. Now to Harith once again. On his right foot. Ali Alrina is there. Seems to be re-energized by that half-time break. Ali Alrina was struggling a little bit with the intensity towards the end of the first half.
Yeah, he was definitely struggling that first half. But yeah, it's like the first half, isn't it? This start of the second. With Balestier on top. Players full of running.
There's Madhu. I was just going to say, enjoying himself right up there at right wing.
Till then.
There's Abdel. Bit of miscommunication there between Abdel and Sherdang. It's been cleared up though. pass that from Carmona. Gonna pick out a white shirt. Khalsa comes away with it. Fukashiro. Another one of the league's better players, Riku Fukashiro. So exciting to watch in possession. Madu. For the longer pass into Fase. He's quick. Zulkarnain there as well. Both grabbing a hold of each other's jersey.
He's so strong, Anton Fase.
There's Ramzala. Anu. Razak. Rare foray forward in the second half for the Land City Sailors. Ramzala into Razak, good touch. Opens up for Razak. Effort takes a deflection on Madhu Mohana and he's one inside the corner.
Yeah, good block. And again, it was Ramzala. The driving run through the middle. And then Razak found himself in a very good spot there. Good first touch. Took his time. But Madhu Mohana got back in just in time.
Hafiz Noor. Back with Hafiz. Met by Terente. And again. Razak, drop of the shoulder. Can't quite get himself facing forward. Good ball in, Kliajic with the header. And touched out for a corner by Hafiz Ahmad. It's not had too much to do, Hafiz.
That was a great ball that was whipped in. Good save from Hafiz. He was probably central. It was a good ball, wasn't it? And that was for the first time, probably the second time. Clearly just in a very good position to finish this off.
On either side, and that would have been the equaliser. Chance from this corner. Fase with the first header, Fukashiro with the second. Comes to Zulkarnain, here's Ramzala. Back to Zulkarnain. Ramzala. Fukashiro still working incredibly hard to just get across and cover ground. It's Tanaka. Gets up into the face of Hafiz Noor. Finds a way out through Ramzala. Options in front of him. Goes for a lofted pass into the area. Lovely weight on that ball from Ramzala.
The weight of the ball was inch perfect. For a moment you thought maybe the defender would get there first. This was the one. Oh, lovely. Just behind Arif Kanadi. He's got napping a little bit there. Got flat.
And Arif Kanadi also had a short spell with the Lion City Sailors. Didn't play a match for them in the Singapore Premier League. Ali Arena gets to it in time. Sent straight to Darente. Yes, Sugita.
Yeah, at the moment, the Sailors just can't deal with the off-the-ball running of Tanaka and Sugita and even Anton Fase. He's so fluid in attack.
Lion City Sailors with an excellent record against Balestier Khalsa when it comes to the head-to-heads. It's been a long time since they've lost to Balestier in a competitive match. Have to go all the way back to the 2nd of October 2022. Balestier's 5-3 win against the Lion City Sailors. Now that match taking place at Toa Payoh Stadium. Song Hee-yong with a double. Haris Harun with a goal for the Lion City Sailors that evening.
Yes, for a moment there, I thought Hafiz would have reached that long ball. Instead, let the ball play out for a goal kick.
Well, aside from that defeat in October of 2022, Lion City Sailors have won all of their last 8. That's poor from Hafiz Ahmad, straight to Ramzallah. Good high press from the Lion City Sailors. They've been able to turn it over. Haikal gets the cut back in onto the edge of the 6-yard box. Madhu was there. Gonna touch on that, and Balestier can break. There's Korai Tanaka, look at that turn of pace, accelerates away from a couple of Sailors defenders. Sugita. There's Koza on the support. Harith arrives late. Tanaka, there's an overload on his right-hand side, ignores it, and then goes out to Fukashiro. Try and twist and turn his way towards an opening for an effort.
One too many touches there. Fukashiro should have just taken a shot. And just before that, or after that, Peter Drew had a go with Hafiz there with that pass, but this was really, really good from Balestier. Then maybe take a first time effort there, and Ali Alrina stays on his feet, does well.
Another fantastic performance from Korai Tanaka this evening. I mean, several of those, and he was very much a part of creating that chance for Fukashiro. Referee stopping the play before it was delivered, because Madhu Mahana had gone down. And he's having a word with Haris Harun here. Oh, looking quite friendly there. They'll know each other well.
Yeah, nothing really in that. The play should have gone on. It should have been 2-0.
There's Tanaka with the delivery. Good ball in. Abdil. Has that crossed the line? Well, Hafiz was right there on the post. Kept that one out.
Wow, that was a chance, wasn't it? Abdil, good header. Really can't tell from here whether it crossed the line, but again, a chance for Balestier. The check is in progress, though.
Another recent signing for the club. Abdil, only his 9th appearance of the SPL season. Former Lion City Sailors player, and he also played for Home United all those years ago. He's been around a long time, Abdil. 36 years old now. His birthday today, actually. So it would have been a nice touch for him had he scored. So check complete, ball did not cross the line.
Yeah, I think Zhu with a challenge on Anton Fase. Hopefully he's good to go. This was the header. Oh, that was, I have to say, great defending from Hafiz. And I don't think he could have done any more. Abdul Karim put it on target, near post.
Heads it down into the ground as well.
Yeah, it's the ankle, the left ankle of Anton Fase. And the challenge from Zul.
Well, they're just waiting for the celebrations at the end. Essentially, the Sailors fans who've come out to Jalan Besar tonight will be getting their hands on the trophy. The players out on the pitch. There'll be a presentation after this matchup. The newly crowned Singapore Premier League champions. know, Shasi, you're a fan of having players on the post?
Yes, very much so, and that's one reason why. Because that could have easily been 2-0.
Do you go with players on both posts or just the one?
Yeah, both posts.
Here's Anu. Carmona tries to get around Darren Tay. He's too smart for that, Darren Tay, and too quick.
Nicely done from Darren Tay. He just used his body very well, knew exactly what Carmona was doing. It's really a nightmare if you're marking players like Sugita because he's everywhere. That's not a good cross from Sugita, but just look at his movement. He doesn't stay in one position, so difficult. He attacks the space. High work rate as well. He's back now in midfield.
Here's Razak. Ramzala. Klic. It's given some work to do there, Halia Arena by Carmona. It's a loose pass. Gives Balestier a signal to go on and press. Madhu has to deal with that. Not too convincing with the header, but Sherdeng wasn't convincing as well with his pass back into Madhu. Get themselves out of trouble eventually, though. Sugita. Koza. Looking to try and just draw out that Lion City Sailors defensive block here.
Ali Arena there just misjudged the ball. The bounce taking it to Adib.
Well, that half-time break coming at a good time for Ali Arena. Seems to have recovered. Doing okay physically so far. 20 minutes into this second. Lovely turn from Razak into Ramzala. It's Ramzala! Well, it looked like he's trying to wrap that into the far post. Just went straight to the arms of Hafiz Ahmad.
Yeah, just coming from a deeper position. Good work from Razak. Turns Madhu, always one thing on his mind there, straight at the goalkeeper.
Giving quite a serious chunk of minutes here, Bart Ramzala. Considering they have that AFC Champions League 2 final coming up on Sunday. A number of their regulars given the evening off. Yeah. Here at Jalan Besar.
They didn't play at all in that last game as well, Ramzala. So probably need that, a little bit of momentum going into that game on Sunday. Haris Harun is on the pitch as well.
Yeah, Ali Arena. It's not looking good for him, is it? He was struggling towards the end of the first half, and he's gone down here. pretty early in the second.
Yeah, just clutching his thigh maybe with a hamstring. Yeah, the quads actually.
Well, it could be an opportunity for one of the younger players on the bench. Alexander Rankovic has a 100% record against Peter Deru. 6 wins from 6. Danger of losing that record tonight. Gonna need to make a change here. Signal is quite clear.
Yeah,
Having a bit of an issue with his thigh there.
Yeah, just looking at the defenders on the bench. They've got Christopher Van Huysen, even Akram or Enrico Silveira, but none of them are really specialist centre-back. It's Akram coming in. So it's interesting to see where he'll play.
Well, we've already had a look at Zulkarnain Suzliman, who's not a central defender, playing the right side of that back three. Let's see how they change this up now. Balestier also going to take the opportunity to make a change. Fudil is being prepared, and we are hearing that he's going to be coming on for Darren Tay. So Ali Alrina, confident enough to continue. He will be replaced by number 30, Akram Azman, who was signed in the mid-season window from Tanjung Pagar United. Great move for him. Going to get his hands on the Singapore Premier League winners medal.
And that means Carmona goes into central defence together with Haris and Zulkarnain, and Akram will play as a left wing back.
Substitution for Balestier Khalsa, number 2, Darren Tay is released by number 20.
So for Eliad, on for Darren Tay. Making his 23rd appearance of the season is Fudil, the 23-year-old. Matching the number of appearances that he made in the 2023 campaign. Most of those were starts though, 22 of them. This season he's made just 13 starts. There's Razak. Harris. Bar Ramzala. Klijic. His shot has taken a deflection, I believe, of Sherdeng.
Yeah, he does well actually to get a shot off. Strong on the ball actually, uses his body very well. He turns his man. No shot block though.
Ball in, and Klijic again with the header. He's had a few chances tonight.
Yeah, and this time under pressure a little bit from a defender. He goes up, climbs up really high. He does well actually, he just couldn't direct the ball into the goal.
But Ramzala has had his run out, hearing that he's going to be coming off. 16-year-old Andy Rifki will be getting an opportunity. Andy Rifki was previously named on the bench for the Sailors game against Jalan International, but if he comes on, he'll be making his professional debut, or senior debut, I should say. Here's Akram. Fukashiro on to Fudil, Abdil. Really taking the time here. Balestier, can't really blame them.
Yeah, why
pressure
not?
on the ball.
Yeah, why not? You know, I think they need to take the pressure off and keep ball possession. Done that very well.
There's Sugita.
Oh, brilliant.
Koza. Fukashiro gets it back from Sugita, still with Fukashiro. Scrambled to get it away. Anu manages to find Michael Pasha with a pirouette. Hafiz Noor goes long. It's a good idea, he just couldn't quite wrap it back around again into the space for Kljajic. Might have been offside anyway.
Yeah, it's still struggling, the Sailors, to get a kind of foothold in this game. Here is the substitution by Ramsala.
So 16-year-old Singapore Youth International Andy Rifki coming on for his debut at senior level. What a moment for this young player.
Yeah, he comes in and he just steps into the middle of midfield. Oh, and I think Abdul Qaim is asking for a change as well.
It's Koza. So Bart Ramsala getting about 75 minutes of action ahead of that AFC Champions League 2 final.
Yeah, I think there will be enough time for him to rest and recover. Like I said, I think it's momentum for him. The last game he didn't play.
Almost a big error there from Hafiz Ahmad. Able to recover, get it away. Here is Andy Rifki. Holds on to it well under pressure from Alan Koza. He was on the pitch, Andy Rifki, at half-time, along with a number of his under-21 teammates celebrating their title. Yeah. They were given their medals and chance to pick up their trophy. Here's Akram. There's Andy. Loses out to Koza this time.
It's an interesting one because Ignatius, a more attacking player, he comes on for Abdul Karim, who's clearly struggling.
Substitution for Balestier Khalsa, number 36, Philip Hyams, replacing number 30, Ignatius Ang.
So Abdil, an appearance on his birthday, came close to getting a goal. He's been replaced by Ignatius Ang.
Yeah, not a good effort this time from Nelich, and just couldn't keep the ball on target.
26th appearance of the season for Ignatius Ang. It is the 12th time that he's come on from off the bench.
I think Alan Khalsa has just dropped in to that centre-back position.
Yes, Harriet. To get it away quickly, and he has to Fukashiro, comfortably done into Sugita. Ball cleared away by Akram Azman.
Yeah, and Tanaka is dropping in.
That's Klic. He's surrounded by a couple of Balestier players there. Loses out to Koza. Sugita, look over his shoulder. Sees that he's got plenty of time and space.
Yeah, the pace of the game has gone down, really, the intensity as well.
We just heard from Muhammad Noor Ali, head coach of Geylang International, after their last game against Albirex, and he's essentially saying that it's been such a long campaign. Almost everyone out there is looking forward to the season coming to an end.
Where essentially it seems like a season and a half that they've played, including pre-season last January. Just imagine.
Oh, he started in May of last year, so it's been a year.
Yeah.
A change in the calendar. It's always going to be that sort of campaign, this one. Fudil. Koza. There's Zulkarnain. Could have been tricky for Harris to deal with, but he's just about gotten enough of a touch on that. Fukashiro tried to turn away from Akram. Well-timed challenge.
Yeah, he just didn't buy into that dummy from Fukashiro. Akram too smart for that.
Sugita. Just in the way of that pass from Zulkarnain. Oh, Hafiz Ahmad. Peter Deru won't be too happy with that. Already heard from his coach earlier when he gave that pass away straight to Ramzala.
Yeah, just got a little bit lucky there, just a slip just before he played it long.
Akram. Razak. Decided against going back out to Akram on the left. There's Anu telling Carmona where he should be positioned. Carmona picks out Akram eventually. Here's Harris. Good challenge that from Hurricane Adi. That's Korai Tanaka in central midfield. Bursting forward here. They get in behind that Sailors defense and the pass finds him. Beautifully done by Fudil and Korai Tanaka. Here's Fudil.
Oh, brilliant.
Very tidy turn that from Riku Fukashiro. Here's Madhu. Might be seeing more changes for the Lion City Sailors. A few more of the youngsters being given a chance to make their debut. It's Korai Tanaka. Tries to drill that in. Comes out to Sugita. What a chance to kill off this game.
It's offside, I think. And saves the blushes, Sugita. He wasn't to know. Again, very, very good move from Balestier Khalsa. This was the offside decision. Yeah, he's clearly offside. Ignatius. Just got to admire the build-up play.
Good save from Adib. Well, obviously content to be the third choice at the Lion City Sailors. Almost the Scott Carson of the Singapore Premier League. We're going to see 3 changes here for the Lion City Sailors. 3 youngsters coming on. Danny Haffey, 21-year-old. One of those getting ready here. We've also got number 75, Henry Lawrence Spence, and Enrico Silveira, Brazilian, number 57. Nice reward for these younger players.
Yeah, exactly. And they just picked up their medals and trophy. A wonderful opportunity to have a run out here. Still opportunity for them. Or else he has to come back into this game. Still time.
And Sugita on to Harith. There's Razak. There's the opportunity to make those changes now. Haikal Pasha, one of those coming off. We'll also see Obren Klic being replaced. And Zulkarnain Suzliman is done for the evening. Pretty solid outing for Zulkarnain Suzliman. He's been out for a long time through injury.
Yeah, exactly. And good run out, especially for him. Michael Pasha as well.
So, debuts being handed out here by the Lion City Sailors. Enrico Walmro Silveira, 19-year-old Brazilian defender, is on. We also have Henry Lawrence Spence, 19-year-old, also on, and Danny Haffey, 21-year-old, making an appearance for the Lion City Sailors for the first time.
Yeah, that's the foul from Anumandan on Fukashiro.
One more match in the Singapore Premier League to go, so probably another opportunity there to give even more of their younger players a taste of Singapore Premier League action. That's Ignatius Ang. Can't quite get it under control.
Offside given.
Walmrat, or Silveira, I should say. As he's officially listed on this team sheet. Razak gets the ball into the area. Ball in from Carmona. Madhu's there again. Came out to Andy Rifki.
I think there was a deflection on Sugita, I think, of Andy Rifki. A good opportunity from a corner here. So far, they've defended stoutly from these situations, Balestier.
Well, they just had number 75, Henry Spence, offered the option for the short corner routine. Spence, who's spent some time training with Leeds under 18 and Hull under 18 sides before coming to Singapore with the Lion City Sailors.
Well, Balestier, if they do go on to hold this result, this scoreline, quite a wonderful run actually in the past, 5 or 6 games. The last game where they lost to DPMM was the only loss in how many games? It's they've had 4 wins in that run, 1 draw, and this could be their 5th.
Here's Safez No. Now the Lion City Sailor supporters getting excited here because it looked to some of them like that one had gone in.
Yeah, it was clear from where we're sitting. The ball definitely had gone out of play. Tried to go as hard as possible. Probably a square would have been better for Danny Haffey in the middle. Could have been their last chance there, or maybe not. That's so strong, Tanaka. The challenge by Akram there. Not a good one. It just shoves him off. At the moment, his goal, the difference.
Yeah, and I'm hearing that he's been given the Man of the Match award. I think, Shashi. It's been rare that we've agreed with some of the Man of the Match awards this campaign, but I think we can both agree on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's been excellent for Balestier. He's been here, there, and everywhere. Work rate, top notch.
Well, coming on towards the end of this matchup. It's going to be a booking here for Akram Azman.
Yeah, frustration. And Balestier would do well just to keep the ball on this side. Good work from Fudil. And then Sugita, he just went down before. He was kicked there, but it doesn't matter.
Korai Tanaka not happy with that challenge from Akram. Having a few words with him. So win here for Balestier. Will give them 4th spot. Up to 45 points, 6 clear of Albrecht Nagata in 5th. Albrecht still have 2 games to play. Can't catch up on points, but that goal difference is massive. But tonight is all about the Lion City Sailors and their trophy lift and title celebrations. Balestier Khalsa, a comfortable win for them thanks to Korai Tanaka's goal in the 31st minute. And they really just control proceedings tonight, haven't they?
Exactly. Very comfortable win, I have to say. Albeit against a changed LCS side, but it doesn't matter. They still needed to go out there and do the job, and they did it very, very comfortably. Brilliant performance.
So Balestier Khalsa sealing up 4th in the Singapore Premier League. Back-to-back 4th place finishes for them. Korai Tanaka with an excellent display. And it's the first time that Alexander Rankovic has lost to Balestier. I don't think he'll care too much about that. They've already sewn up the Singapore Premier League title, his first title as a head coach. And they'll be looking forward to that trophy lift, which is coming up in just a few moments. And some great celebrations there from the Lion City Sailors fans, who have been really wonderful for them this entire campaign, and they could be a lot more for them to celebrate as well. But for now, at Jalan Besar, final score is Balestier Khalsa 1, Lion City Sailors 0. Let's have a look at the highlights then, beginning with this opportunity in the 4th minute from Korai Tanaka after some great work from Masahiro Sugita.
Yeah, he was another candidate for man of the match, and he puts Tanaka through on the left-hand side. Adib does well to get his finger on it, and hits the post on the way out as well.
Fired up right from the beginning, Korai Tanaka. Sugita involved again, his effort from range coming off the post, and then Madhu Mahana with the rebound, hitting it against the same post.
Yeah, good effort, wasn't it, from Sugita again. The first few minutes or so, he was brilliant, and Madhu there should have made it 1-0.
Arik Kanadi with the cross in for Abdul Qayyim, celebrating his 36th birthday today, forcing a good save there from Adib Nur Hakim.
Yeah, at this point, they were all over the Sailors, and a very good header from Abdel Shedang. Just couldn't capitalize.
That was in the 13th minute. In the 17th, Lion City Sailors with perhaps the best chance of this match, falling to Obrin Kiyajic after this effort from Ramsala came off the crossbar.
Yeah, just nearly a Ramsala special into the back of the net.
And then a great ball from Sugita to Korai Tanaka here in the 29th minute. He was taken down by Ali Al-Rina. A yellow card for the Syrian defender and a penalty for Balestier.
Yeah, and it was made again by Sugita, that ball inside. Ali Al-Rina found himself lost in the middle there, and he had to go for the challenge, and he got nothing of the ball. Penalty.
Korai Tanaka stepping up, putting this one away. Very nicely done for his 24th of the season.
Yeah, well deserved. Tanaka just puts it to his left, Adib's right. Guessed the right way, just couldn't get to it. Accuracy and power.
Into the second half, Obren Klijic with the opportunity here in the 54th minute. Good save from Hafiz Ahmad.
Yeah, good save straight at him though, and either side of him, he would have been 1-1.
Then in the 60th, Abdul Qayyim with his header from a corner has stopped right on the goal line there by Hafiz Noor.
Yeah, that's why you have a man on the post there, and he just sat on the ball there as well. And Adib just recovers in time.
One more chance late on, this one for Hafiz Noor in the second minute of time added on.
And I think that square ball was on from Hafiz, but just went for the shot instead.
So just the one goal in it tonight at Jalan Besar between these sides. As we have a look at some of the numbers here, a little bit better in the second half in terms of attempts from the Lion City Sailors.
Yeah, needed a response in that second half. Maybe came just a little bit too late in the end. They got a little bit better, but I thought overall Balestier Khalsa deserved the victory. Looked very comfortable indeed.
Yeah, they certainly did. And a good control over things in this one. And here's a look at the standings. Result doesn't matter for the Lion City Sailors. They've lost their 4th game of this campaign. For Balestier, they have sewn up 4th spot with that win. Essentially 6 points clear of Albirex. Mathematically, they still could catch Balestier Khalsa, but it's going to take a heck of an effort from Albirex Niigata to do that. So 4th essentially is with the Tigers. So one more game coming up for you on match week 34, and that takes place tomorrow. Young Lions up against Geylang International back here at the Jalan Besar Stadium. Geylang International have already secured the bronze medal. They will be finishing in 3rd no matter what happens. For the Young Lions, a chance for them to close in on Hougang in 7th, which they'll be looking to take. Kickoff at 7:45 p.m. here at Jalan Besar. Well, we're just waiting for the trophy presentation here. And Shasi, it's been a really solid league campaign for the Lion City Sailors. They've been the most consistent side. They've scored the most goals, 96 of them. They've also been the league's best defense, just 31 conceded. The most wins, the best goal difference, the most points. So, deserving winners.
I think you said it. It's consistency, isn't it? And over a league season of what, 32 games or so, if you do win the title with the most number of points, and the way they've done it as well, they've gone about doing the business and not essentially playing the best football of in the league, but very, very effective football, and they've shown it again. Top scorers and best defense in the league. That's wonderful.
Second time that the Lion City Sailors have picked up a Singapore Premier League title. Their first one was in 2021. This one, I don't know, Shasi, just feels a little bit different. And it could be the first of a treble.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and you spoke about treble. It's about the Singapore Cup as well. They've got semi-finals against DPMM, but the big one this Sunday in the ACL too. So, you know, fingers crossed for their fans and even local fans as well in the ACL. They would be hoping for LCS to beat their opponents Sharjah this Sunday, but you know, one step at a time, I'm sure. And for today, it's all about the league title.
Well, the big guns will be back for the Lion City Sailors in that AFC Champions League 2 final against Sharjah at Bishan Stadium, and it's a really good-looking Bishan Stadium, as is that Singapore Premier League trophy. They'll get their hands on that one in just a bit. Well, there's just been something special about this campaign for the Lion City Sailors, and it could be a real magical one in the history of this club, which is only just 5 years old now. They were established in 2020, Shashi, and they've now gotten 2 titles, and what they really want to do is to try and build and establish that dominance and go on a little bit of a run here where they start to pick up consecutive titles, consecutive trophies in all the competitions that they're taking part in.
I think that is their goal. You know, I think I've always said this, to win it the first time maybe is a little bit easier, but then to build on that. And obviously they've hit a little bit of road bumps along the way in the past couple of seasons, but this is it. I think it's something is different this season. Obviously making all the way to the ACL final, but it's the league where I think you'll have more satisfaction if you do win it back to back or back to back to back, and all the best teams in the world do that, and I think it's very important.
Yeah, it is something their players have spoken about as well, the fact that they weren't really able to build on that title in 2021. It's something they want to set right moving forward. As you have the mascot getting its jersey tucked in there.
They don't want to be sloppy.
Ladies and gentlemen, your champions of the 2024-2025 Singapore Premier League, Lion City Sailors!
So time now for the Lion City Sailors players to pick up their medals. Now move across towards the podium as they wait for their captain Haris Harun to be awarded the trophy. Maxime Lestienne in the picture there. What an incredible campaign he has had. Another one for the Lion City Sailors. Rui Pires has played his part at the base of midfield. Leonard T with his goal-scoring contribution, 28 goals in the Singapore Premier League, helping fire the Lion City Sailors to that title. Costa just coming after Bart Ramsalat. Costa playing his part as well down that left-hand side. What a signing he has been for that problem position. Carmona getting his hands on the medal, as does Ali Al-Rina as well for the Sailor side. Obren Kijajic next up, and then Tony Datkovic has been so impressive in central defence, Shashi.
Absolutely, I think he is one of the players of the season. Very effective at the back and a real defender.
Hami Shaheen gets his hands on the medal. As did Christopher Van Housen. Zulkarnain Suzliman was impressive tonight. He'll be looking to try and build on his performance this evening here at Jalan Besar. Zafan Rahaizat, second choice goalkeeper, started off the campaign as the first choice and was displaced by Izwan Mahbud, just in the picture there. And what a campaign for Akram Azman. Went from bottom of the league to top of the table and gets a winner's medal.
Yes, and I think he's done wonderfully well as well. Ever since he's come on, he's done well. And there you go, the backroom staff as well. It's always, easy to talk about the players doing it, the managers even, but it's the backroom staff as well, the team behind the team. It's so important that they get recognized as well.
And boy, they have a solid team, don't they?
Yeah, they can form another team, a squad of 25. And that's how it is anyway, in the biggest league in the world. The pro teams, they have got a big squad and a big backroom staff as well.
We're just seeing Marko Perovic, Alexander Rankovic's assistant coach at the Lion City Sailors. Was in the picture earlier. There he is. He's got his arm around Izwan Mahbud on the far side of your screen. Just right there. Coming from Italian football. Actually worked closely with Marco Giampaolo during his time at Cremonese in Italian football. And it's been a real team effort, Shashi. As you said, it's not just about the players on the pitch. They've got an incredible squad. There's Bailey Wright, one of the leaders, one of the captains, Hafiz Noor there as well, the veteran. And then Haris Harun picking up yet another league title in what has been an illustrious career for him. Captain fantastic, Haris Harun. Is he going to lift the trophy with the helix here now?
Well, he's all set.
Aside.
He's tucked in. He's in absolutely ready.
Well, he's just waiting, Haris, here for the chance to pick up the trophy. He was a little bit confused as to whether he should just lift it up on his own. There he goes, presented with the mock check. $150,000 for the champions. And it's going to be presented with the trophy as well in just a bit.
What a wonderful moment. And not only for the seasoned ones, the young ones as well.
There was the Forrest Lee, chairman of the Lion City Sailors and the Football Association of Singapore president. That's a nice moment because he's put in a lot in this club to get it to where they are, and he'll be looking for more glory to celebrate. These are your Singapore Premier League 2024-25 champions, the Lion City Sailors.
Very much deserved, and how apt it is as well for the owner and team captain. Love his know as well.
So wonderful pitches here at Jalan Besar. It's the second title that they're actually celebrating here.
Yeah.
At this ground. Their home ground at Bishan, getting prepared for the AFC Champions League 2 final on Sunday against Sharjah of the United Arab Emirates. And the Sailors will be going into that fixture with lots of confidence, you'd imagine. So their first task done, bread and butter, of winning the Singapore Premier League has been accomplished by the Lion City Sailors. But they are hungry for more.
They should be. You know, I think that should be the mentality of winners. And I don't think Rankovic will let his team relax till they go all out this Sunday. And obviously for the Singapore Cup. But for now, they'll be enjoying the evening, enjoying the night, enjoying the moment.
Well, many congratulations to the Lion City Sailors for winning the 2024-25 Singapore Premier League season, presented with a trophy tonight. Alexander Rankovic gets his hands on his first league title as a head coach. A brilliant moment for him, brilliant moment for these players and for the club. I hope you've enjoyed our coverage of the events this evening here at the Jalan Besar Stadium. It wasn't the greatest of matches between the Sailors and Balestier, but it was all about this moment for the Lion City Sailors, who worked incredibly hard to put themselves into this position throughout the campaign. I'll leave you with these wonderful pictures as we say goodnight from Jalan Besar. The Lion City Sailors, the Singapore Premier League 2024-25 champions.